Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are here for another Monday car talk video without the car. Another car talk video without the car. But that's okay. That's okay because you know what? I really like these Monday conversations with you all. Typically, what I like to do with these Monday conversations are to take scenes from Ready to Love. Sometimes we've been taking comments that came in from the cast members. I've been calling them bad customer service letters. And I got a few bad customer service letters again this week, y'all. I got a lot of them, not a few. I got a lot of them, but this time, y'all, they were all coming from viewers. No cast members dropped down in my comments this week. None of them sent me no bad customer service letter, but they must have given me a week off. But it didn't matter because let me tell you, the viewers showed up and they showed up in force. And they started a petition and they sent me a whole lot of customer service letters. So I'm here today on this Monday video to say, I hear all you guys and I'm taking everything back that I said. I'm here to say I'm sorry. I'm here to take it all back. I'm here to say you were right. I was wrong. And I shouldn't have said any of the things that I said. April Fools. April Fools. It is April Fool's Day, and that's my April Fool's joke for the day because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I do want to talk about some of the points a lot of the viewers brought to my attention, to anyone's attention who reads the comment section. I love the comment section on these videos. I do. I really do. It is pure entertainment. I learned some things. And I do some things with the comments just like y'all should do with my videos. You should pick out parts you like and throw the rest away. But I do want to elevate the conversation because what I like to do on Mondays, I like to elevate the conversations. We may start off talking about a particular cast member, a particular scene that a video owned dropped or a cast member's comments. But eventually where I like to end is I like to end in elevation because I don't want to make any of these conversations, discussions to really be just about a cast member or one cast member. I want us all to look at these reality TV shows that are part reality, part scripted. And I really do want us to go away from it, taking things with us that can make our lives better in the dating world. And really that is what my channel is all about. I know there are a lot of new people here and thank you so much for everyone who has joined my channel and has really helped me grow and everything. And I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. But I guess a couple of people are starting to come to my channel and they really don't know what my channel is about. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm here to explain it. Everybody else who's been here with me from day one, when I had 20 subscribers, 30 subscribers, 50 subscribers, 100 subscribers, you probably know more about what my channel is about. It doesn't mean you agree with everything I say because that's not what my channel is about. It's not about agreeing with me. But I do have a different mission on my channel. So those of you who are new here, well, first of all, I do want to say thank you. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for liking my videos. Please like this one right now. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for dropping down in the chat and the comment section because it really is, y'all, it is one of my favorite things. And it still is. Even with all these bad customer service letters, it is still one of my favorite parts of doing these videos. But what I do want to apologize for, I don't want to apologize for what I said because what I said. I'm like in my Nene Leaks video, I said what I said. But what I do want to say is sorry, some people have come to my channel and they haven't gotten what they thought they were going to get when they got here. It's a lot of disappointed people. It's a lot of upset people. It's a lot of people asking me for things that I don't serve. If I liken myself to a restaurant, okay, this is a store, And what I feel has happened recently is I have a lot of people coming into my restaurant, looking at the menu, trying the food, and asking me, why don't I serve other types of things? Why don't I serve fairness? Why don't I serve balance? Why don't I serve impartiality? There's a lot of things people were in the comments asking for from me. And I really don't have a problem with if that's what you're looking for. That is really not, I don't have no problem. I think people need to go out and search and find places where they can go and get the type of information they're looking for. But I want to be very clear that on my channel, I do not look to serve fairness. I don't go through my videos and say, if I say something about a woman, I got to make sure I say something about a man. For everything I say about a woman, I got to make sure I say something about a man. I don't do that. I don't keep score. So when people say I'm not fair, you could be right. You could be right. I don't serve fairness. I don't look to serve balance. I don't look to serve whatever else people are talking about, impartiality. What I look to serve are warnings. Let's be clear what I serve here. I serve warnings. I serve warnings to women in the dating world. I tell women to practice discernment. I tell women to look out for things. That's what I serve, warnings. This week, people wanted me to serve praise for walking away from situations in which people should have never been there. And you know what? I did serve it, but they said I didn't serve enough of it. I said, good for you, you walked away. Good for you that you chose yourself. But when I tell you what I serve are warnings, I'm not going to concentrate on the walk away at the end of the season when all season long I've been serving warnings. That's what I serve. I serve warnings. So if you want a station that talks and focuses on walking away at the end after all the damage has been done, all the foolery has happened, all the disrespect has happened, right? Then you need to go come another place, because what I'm here to serve are warnings to women. So you don't even get to the point where you were disrespected the way Vanessa was or any of these other people were. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to pat you on the back for walking away from situations and you didn't act like a fool. Good. I'm glad you didn't act like a fool. I'm glad you didn't yell and scream. I'm glad you didn't get ghetto. But my warning to women is to not get yourself in situations where you need to even have to be patted on the back. I'm trying to save people from the harm, not sit around and spend all my time talking about how well you healed. I understand that there's a whole mission out here in the world that's talking about healing and healing our wounds, okay? Because everybody needs healing. I get it. And there are people who really help people with the healing part. They're therapists. That's why almost in every video I say, go get a therapist, because that's not my thing. My thing, like I said, is what I serve are warnings. That's what I serve here at this restaurant on this YouTube channel. I serve warnings. You know, I liken it to a story of a mom and pop restaurant, because I really do look at myself as a hole in the wall mom and pop restaurant. That's what this channel is. I don't have a lot of viewers. I really don't. But the people who do watch me, they're faithful. They come and they patronize my restaurant. Okay. They give me business. They tip me. I love it. I love all of y'all. I really, really do love it. I am really a mom and pop restaurant. I'm not the Cheesecake Factory. I don't serve vegan. I don't serve gluten-free. I don't serve none of this stuff. I don't serve no healthy diet. I serve what I like to cook. It's a mom and pop restaurant where you got a mama in the back cooking, and she serves what she likes to cook. And what I serve on this station is what I like to cook, and what I like to cook are warnings. It doesn't mean that's all you like to eat. You may like to eat a lot of different things, but I don't serve it here. And I don't really want people asking me to serve something that I don't serve. I understand why you have a taste for it. I understand why you might like it. So I'm not knocking you for that. But what I want you to really understand is understanding what I serve at this restaurant. And like I said, I serve warnings. That's what I serve. I serve warnings to women. I don't serve critiques and warnings to men. That's not what I serve. There's a whole lot of stations out here with a lot of men who host the stations. In fact, I think there are more men running YouTube channels talking about dating than there are women. If you really survey the landscape of YouTube, there are more men with YouTube channels about relationships than there are with women. So if women want a person to hold men accountable more, then you should go over to all the men and ask them, you need to start holding the men more accountable. That's not what I do. I don't get up and start telling men what to do. I just don't do it. It's not my thing. I leave men to do that. That's a man's job to raise a man. That's a man's job to tell a man how he should show up in the world as a man. What I do is I warn women to look out for the men who haven't been raised right. That's what I do. I warn the women, you can't control the way a man was raised. You can't control how a man moves out here. But what I will help you with is warning you how to spot them. What I will help you with is warning you how to avoid them. That's what I will do. But I'm not going to be getting up in men's faces. I don't serve it here. It's not on my menu. A lot of you all know I'm from LA, and I'm going to tell a little LA story because, you know, I like to speak in metaphors and analogies. That's just what I do. And there's a restaurant in LA. It's famous now. It's called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. A lot of you may know about it. Even if you're not from LA, you may know about it because you visited LA and you made a trip there. But I'll tell you something. Back in the 80s, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was a hole-in-the-wall mom and pop restaurant. It was a hole-in-the-wall mom and pop restaurant. And the only people that visited Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was black people. And this was where we went when we wanted to be eating and talking to black people, because LA doesn't have a big black population, contrary to what a lot of people think. And there weren't very many black restaurants where you could go and get food that you liked the way the food was seasoned. But Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was one of those places you can go. And the other good thing about Roscoe's, it was open late. In LA, things closed early. Clubs shut down at 2 o'clock. Parties was over by 1. So when you was done partying at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or whatever else, and it was late at night and you was hungry, there weren't that many places where you could go and eat, especially if you was a black person. But Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was one of that place. It was a hole in the wall located over on Pico and La Brea. Any of you LA people know. And that's where we went. When we were done partying and we was hungry and we wanted some late night food and we still want to hang out a little bit in the parking lot playing music. People was coming over there selling incense and fragrances. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was where you would go. And there was a woman at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. We used to call her Mama. She was one of the waitresses. She got bad customer service. She cussed you out when you ordered the wrong thing. But you know what? The food was on point. The food was on point. The grits were good. The greens were good. The waffle was cinnamon and good. And the fried chicken was just cooked to perfection. It was wonderful, beautiful. But then as time went on, Roscoe's started to get popular, started to get gentrified. The neighborhood where Roscoe's was located started to get gentrified. White people started moving in over there. And next thing you know, all the white woke people all of a sudden started wanting to come over to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. Next thing you know, the black people, when we go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle, we can't even get a seat because all the white people are in there. All the white people are taking all the seats. This is what started to happen. Then as time went on, well, I also noticed something else started happening at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle on Pico and La Brea. The food started tasting different. The grits became watery. The chicken didn't have enough seasoning on. I said, what the heck is going on? And you know what was going on? The white people started complaining. They started complaining that it was too much salt on the chicken. They started complaining all sorts of things. And you know what Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle started doing? They started watering down their grits and they started putting less salt on the fried chicken. Well, I didn't come to Roscoe's to be healthy. I came to Roscoe's to eat some good seasoned fried chicken. So I stopped going to Roscoe's on Pico and La Brea. I stopped going. But I still love their chicken. I still love their waffles. So eventually, you know what? They ended up opening up another one over on Manchester and Centinela. So I thought maybe I can go on over there and maybe this one over here on Manchester and Centinela will be a little different. maybe they'll bring back the real flavor of the chicken, and maybe the white people won't come over here, because at that time, Centinela and Manchester was over near Inglewood in the wood. And we thought, oh no, the white people not going to come over to Inglewood. They too afraid to come over to Inglewood. But lo and behold, they weren't scared. And they came on over to Manchester and Centinela. And next thing I know, the chicken over there didn't have no salt, and the grits was runny over there. I said, well, I'll be damned. Where can I go? Eventually, y'all, you know where I got to go whenever I want to go to Roscoe's and Chicken Waffles? I got to go over on Main and Broadway. That's where I got to go to get me some seasoned fried chicken and some grits that taste good. That's where I want to go. Now, the point of this is what I'm saying is, I'm Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles on Pico and La Brea, the mom and pop, where the chicken is a little bit too salty for some people and the grits might be a little bit too thick. That's fine. But I'm not taking the salt off my chicken, people. I'm really not. I'm sorry if I can't please everybody. I'm sorry if you're not happy over here. I'm sorry if I'm not serving enough fairness. I'm sorry if I'm not MSNBC and CNN with a fair and balanced commentary. Like I said, what I'm here to serve are warnings. Warnings to women. That's it. So, with that in mind, now you know what I'm serving over here. Maybe this is the time some of y'all ought to click off. Maybe this is the time. I'm going to give you a warning. It's going to be the warning right here, because we're about to elevate the conversation. We're not going to stay down here talking about you not fair, you not balanced, you not impartial, you're a bully, you really don't like Vanessa. Please, I am not that petty to make my whole YouTube channel about not liking a particular person. Please. Please, people, please don't believe that about me. It's not my thing. It is not my thing. But what I do want to elevate and start talking about is how you really grow. Not how you heal, but how you grow. Okay? And when I say how you grow, it's how you protect yourself from situations so that on the back end, you don't have to grow. You see, protection is a cornerstone to almost any type of growth. When you are talking about growing your wealth planning, go talk to any type of wealth planner, okay, a lawyer who helps rich people grow their wealth. What they'll focus on is asset protection. That's what they do. And what they're going to focus on is not only about how you make money. They're not just talking about how you get into situations, how you make money. They start talking to you about how you preserve the wealth that you already have. They start talking to you about tax shelters. They start talking to you about insurance coverage. They start talking to you about trust, wills and trust, living trust. They start teaching you that once you have something, you've got to put walls of protection around that wealth. Because if you don't put walls of protection around that wealth, then later on, you won't be sitting in front of that attorney talking about wealth protection. What you'll be talking to that attorney about is how to file bankruptcy because you got into too much trouble. Okay? When you don't know anything about wealth protection, asset protection, you don't know about living trust, you don't know about decreasing your tax rate, when you don't know about how you use insurance and umbrella insurance coverage, when you don't learn about how to protect yourself, then what happens is the next time you at that attorney's office, you're going to be talking about bankruptcy because you lost all your shit. And now you don't know what to do. And now you need an attorney to get you out of it. Okay. Same thing about a doctor. When you don't know how to live healthy, when you don't know how to eat right, when you don't know what foods to eat and what foods not to eat, and you don't practice this, the next time you do go to a doctor, you're going to be going to a doctor to treat an ailment you already have because you didn't eat the right foods in the first place. So when you are talking about building health, sure, there's doctors who can help you once things go afoul, once things don't go right. But what you should be concentrating on your health journey is your diet in the first place. See, that's where I reside. I reside on wealth protection. I reside on not getting tummy tucks, okay? But I reside on eating right. I'm trying to eat right. Do we all miss the market sometimes? Yes, but my concentration is always going to be about eating right, wealth protection. And now we bring this over to talking about dating. I'm going to talk about dating and protection and dating. Same thing. Sure, there's a lot of things you can do right after you're in trouble. Sure, you can walk away from the bridge and hold your head high and walk away nicely. Absolutely. Fantastic. Sure, you can lose 20 pounds after you put on a lot of weight. Absolutely. Sure, you can file bankruptcy after things went wrong. Absolutely. There are things that happen in life, but my concentration isn't going to be about the recovery. My concentration on my YouTube channel is about preventing these things from happening in the first place, so you don't have to do all that surgery, so you don't have to file bankruptcy, so you don't have to be in the therapist's office all the time healing from bad situations. I understand if my chicken is too salty. I understand if you want me to take less salt of it. I understand if you want to put more water in the grits. But that's not what I serve here. I serve warnings. And I really want everybody to get that. I serve warnings. When I spent the whole season warning everybody about Chaz, warning everybody about Chaz, the cat daddy, on the way to sugar daddy. But we saw all season long, was anybody heeding the advice of Auntie Deborah? No. Chaz had all these women surrounding him. Why? Why was everybody so interested in Chaz when from day one I said two people, Lyron and Cat Daddy Chaz, stay away from him. But now we sitting here wondering why you not talking about how Chaz is so horrible a person. Why we not praising all the women from walking away from Chaz and LaRon at the end of the whole season? Because I spent all my time warning women about Chaz and LaRon from the very beginning. I told everybody Chaz is one of the hardest men to get to the altar. He's a cat daddy on the way to sugar daddy. He didn't just get here. He's been here a long time. A long time. And I warned women, stay away from it. Don't get involved with it. Don't go near it. But no, everybody want to get up close. Everybody want to touch it. Everybody want to squeeze it. Why? Because Chaz got money. What was the lure? What was the lure? The money? We overlooked all these other things about Chaz, but we still went up there and got involved with Chaz. And then all of a sudden you want me to concentrate on, oh, you did so wonderful when you finally walked away with him after he mistreated you, dogged you out, and treated you like a fool. No, I'm not going to do it. Like I said, I'm going to concentrate on how you got there, how you got to the place where that man was even able to give you a petrified or putrefied rose, whichever one it is. How did you even get in a spot where you were even in a situation where that man could have even given you a petrified or putrefied rose? Because let me tell you, my channel was about never even being there. I'm not going to have no story about how some man gave me a petrified or putrefied rose. I'm not going to be there. I wouldn't be there because you know what? I would have never been there, period. Because I would have seen that man from a mile away and I would have never been on that bridge. Never. And I would have never wasted 8 weeks dealing with no Chaz. So if you want to talk about growth, we can talk about it. But if you want to talk about healing, go talk to some therapists. I'm not a therapist. I tell everybody that I'm not a therapist. My concentration, even in my private coaching sessions with women that I talk to, my private coaching sessions are going to be about you. It's going to be about figuring out how you even got there. Why were you there? If you want to come and you want to book a session and talk about other people, don't book no session with me, because I'm going to be concentrated on you. What lured you there? What made you go there? Because even if after you heal, if you don't learn your lessons, if you don't know why you was eating that chocolate in the first place, if you don't know what's behind your eating addiction, then you're going to end up right back there again. You're going to lose 30 pounds, but then you're going to gain it all the way back. You got to get to the root of the problem, and the root of the problem is going to be you. I want to figure out what caused you to still go out with Chaz. What caused you to still pursue Chaz? What made you think that after 47 years, Chaz, who's been out here for 47 years, was going to change his ways and all of a sudden he's going to choose you? You really think that all this time Chaz has been waiting on you? You the difference maker. You the one that's going to change this man's mind and make him become a completely different person. And then when he shows up to be the exact person I told you all he was from the very beginning, now everybody says I'm not hard enough on Chaz. I'm not hard enough on Chaz. That's fine, because I already know who Chaz is. But what my problem is, you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are to the fact that you went after Chaz. And now you want to blame all the stuff about Chaz as the one that got you here. No, Chaz didn't get you here. Chaz did not get you on that bridge or anywhere else. 4 women going after Chaz. Chaz didn't get you there. You willingly went. And what you need to ask yourself is, why was I there? How did I get there? What is it about me that made me attracted to a guy like Chaz, who ends up being this dweeb that Auntie Deborah tried to warn me about? That's the questions you need to ask yourself. Not about how to lose 50 pounds on your diet. You need to ask yourself, how did I gain the 50 pounds? You don't need to ask yourself, how do I file bankruptcy? What the steps I need to do? You need to ask yourself how you got yourself in these money situations. There are a lot of people who help you rebuild your credit, but there's a whole nother lot of people who teach you how to manage your money. I'm the managed money woman. I'm not the one that's going to teach you how to rebuild your credit. Go on over there and teach someone how to rebuild your credit, rebuild your credit, your FICO score. I'm the one that's going to talk to you about how to manage your money better. There's a whole lot of people who are going to help you heal from bad relationships. I'm the person over here trying to keep you out of bad relationships, how to practice better discernment, how to make better decisions up front. There's room for all of us, people. There's room for all of us. I'm going to remain a mom and pop restaurant to serve greasy, salty chicken. Now, you're right. You may not be able to come here every single week and eat here. You may be right. It may not be good for your health every single week. Maybe you only come once a week. I don't know. You have to figure that out for yourself. And I'm okay with that, people. When I started this channel, I did not start this channel with the dreams of becoming a big YouTube star. I didn't. I'm an engineer with a full-time job. I don't have any dreams of becoming a big YouTube channel. I appreciate all the blessings that have become in my way. I appreciate all y'all that come here and watch me, but I'm really okay with remaining a small mom and pop restaurant. I really am okay with it. So to get me to become what a lot of you are asking me to become, more fair, more balanced, I know why you're telling me it. You're telling me it because you want me to appeal to more people. You're telling me it because you want me to be able to adjust my message to fit a wider audience. It's just not what I do, and I'm okay with it. My message is not for everyone, and I'm okay with it. And I appreciate all the advice, the protection everyone has given me. And I'm appreciative if people want to give me a thumbs down, if they want to click off. I'm okay with it. Because once I start watering down my chicken, once I start putting more water in those grits, I'm not even going to like the food I'm cooking. I'm really not. And if I start not liking my own food that I'm cooking, I'm going to stop cooking. I really am going to stop cooking. So bravo to all the ladies this season who walked away in the end from a bad situation. Kudos to the Mayas of the world. Kudos to the Vanessas of the world. But the real person I'm giving the MVP award to, the real person I'm giving the flowers to is Laylan. Laylan, because I believe Laylan saw it from the very beginning. I believe Laylan was in a lot of those group chats with the women. And I believe Laylan saw it from the very beginning. And what she knew was, I didn't want to have no parts of this. And she walked away. That's what I believe. That's who people need to be about. That's who I'm going to praise. Because when Laylan saw the writings on the wall, when she was in those group chats, which we now know these group chats were going on since day one. And they were the crux of a lot of these issues. It was Laylan who read the writing on the wall. It was Laylan who decided, I don't want no parts of this. I don't want to be at the end of this road on a bridge with a petrified or putrefied rose. I don't want to be on the end of this road on a bridge with people who lie and cheat and manipulate. Laylan was the person who decided from the very beginning, I'm out. I got other things to do. This is not what I signed up for. This is not what I want. And there's nothing here to hold me. And she left. That's who I'm going to give the award to. That's who I'm going to give the MVP award to. Because Laylan walked away before she could get burned. Laylan walked away before she could get disrespected. Laylan walked away before she could be spoken to in a nasty tone. So she ain't got nothing to heal from. Nothing. Because she protected herself. She protected her emotional well-being. She protected her physical well-being. She protected her reputation. She protected everything about herself. And that's who I'm giving the award to. Not people who don't read the signs, who don't practice discernment, who don't read the writings on the wall, but then want an award to walking away after all the disrespect has been done to them. That's good. I'm glad you got out. I'm glad you're not still there. But like I said, that's not what my channel is all about. I'm here to warn women before they get to that point. So anyway, that's my card talk for today, y'all. And what I really hope is that women will put more focus on not the healing, not the recovering, not the walking away in the end, but never getting involved from the beginning. All righty. Talk to y'all later. Bye.